So we're going to continue our lesson today, but we're going to first review some past information that I know you guys have already done. So this is actually it's a 5th grade standard. So we're going to review that. This is from a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to ask a question, and we're just going to do it really quickly, but it's spend like 5 minutes of this. Okay, and I want you just to raise your hand when you've got the answer. Okay. What is the instrument that is used to measure mass?
The graduated cylinder?
Not for mass.
The balance scale?
The balance scale. Very good. What is let's see, what is the unit of measurement that's used to measure mass? Unit of measurement.
Grams.
Grams, or what else?
Kilograms.
Kilograms, okay? So mass is in grams. Very good. What is the instrument used to measure volume? Volume.
The graduated cylinder.
Graduated cylinder. Very good. And what is the unit of measurement that we use to measure volume? Measure volume.
Liters.
Liters or milliliters or something liters. Right. What is the instrument that is used to measure temperature?
Thermometer.
Thermometer, right. And when scientists, what do we use? What is the unit of measurement for a thermometer scientists use?
Celsius.
Celsius. Very good. What is give a description of color by making a connection to a common object. So what I want you to do is as a group, okay? Actually, pair up with this one. I want you to pair up with a partner, okay? So find a partner in your group. Find a partner. Kevin, you're going to have to be with 3 people. Okay, if you're a 5th person, you're going to be in 3s. Ready? Okay, point to your partner. Okay, you got it. All right. So, give a description of color by making a connection to a common object. So I want a detailed description. Don't just tell me yellow. Okay, make a detailed description. Okay, so pick an object and give me a detailed description. Go.
Okay. Okay, each one of you guys should come up with one. Okay, high five. Let's see, what was your description? Royal red.
Royal red, okay. What else? What her description over here? Red hot inferno red.
Ruby red.
Ruby red. We got a lot of red here. Anybody got something else?
Dandelion yellow.
Dandelion yellow. Very good. Sky blue. Why do we want to be more specific about our color when we make a description? Why do you think?
To attract the people who want other colors and as symbols.
Okay, okay. What else? Anybody else?
Because it's different shades of the same color.
There are different shades of the same color. Very good. What is the color of gas?
There's no specific color.
There is no color of gas. Very good. Now, hey, let's go to the next slide. We have some extra time. Separating mixtures. We have separating mixtures. So look at that picture. What is the method of separating mixtures in picture A? What is the method of separating?
Sieving.
Sieving. Very good. Okay, what is the what is a process in B? What is the process in B?
Magnetic separation.
Magnetic separation. How can somebody explain magnetic separation to me? Magnetic separation. Go ahead.
It's when you have a magnetic, like a metal and a non-metal substance, and you can use a magnet and take out the metal substance.
Very good. That's great. What is the, Keon, tell me what C is. What is that?
C is flotation.
And Keon, can you explain to me how flotation works?
Flotation is when sediments go to the bottom and anything lighter than the water goes on top.
Very good. Excellent. Super. You guys did a fantastic job. So we'll turn the lights back on. We can turn off our overhead. You guys did a super job. Does that help to go back over these things after we reviewed it?
Yes.
Tell me, how does that help you? Janice, do you want to tell me how it helps you?
It helps me by, like, when we go back over it, it helps me remember the words and the definitions.
Very good. Because a lot of times we go over so much stuff, but it's nice to see those pictures and we can go back over it. Oh yeah, I did remember learning that. And oh yeah, that's what that thing is called. Very good. So we have got our whiteboards today and we are going to do our speed bag drawing for this week. You ready?
Yep.
So let's get our markers, take our cap off our marker. Hold your marker up so I know you're ready. Okay, you're going to do what I do. I'm going to show you first and then you're going to do it. Ready? So I want you to draw this rectangle and another little box on top. Ready, go. Fast as you can and hold it up. Oh, you're too slow. No, hold the picture, hold the picture. Oh, okay. All right, erase it. Marker up. Now you're going to do it twice as fast, because that was super slow. So, ready, go. Oh, come on, this is not art class. All right, erase it. Okay, ready? Now, I want you to do this, do it again, but we're going to draw, but don't erase it, okay? Ready, go. Hold it up. Very good. Now, what I want you to do, put it down, don't erase it yet. You're going to do this. You're going to add this. Look, you're going to add a line. We're going to add some squiggles. And another line. Go ahead and do that now. Hold it up. Okay, erase it. Marker up and you're ready? We're going to do it again, but do it as fast as you can. Ready, go. You gotta make some more squiggles than that. Make them nice and tight. Okay, now we're gonna add this. Don't erase it yet. Emily, stop. Okay. What I want you to do is you're gonna add this like that in the middle of it. Go ahead and add that to your picture. Hold it up when you got it done. Okay, erase it. Now, from memory, we're going to do the whole thing, that whole thing. Ready? Marker up. Go. Hurry, 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 hurry. Keon, come on. Hurry. Oh my gosh, this is not art class. Okay, good job. Hey, so don't erase it. Okay, so let's label this. What is this that we have just drawn? What is this? Kara?
Battery.
I mean, not Kara. Sorry, Kaylee. Okay.
Battery.
This is a battery right here. So let's label that battery. Okay. What else can we label in this? In the back.
A nail.
This is a nail. What else can we label?
The wire.
What kind of wire are we going to label it as? You can tell me?
Copper wire.
Copper wire. Let's label it copper wire. Let's be very specific. And why would I want to write copper wire? Why, Johnny?
Because the wire for it is not just any wire, it's actually copper wire.
And why would we say copper? But why specifically say copper?
Because
Ellie?
Because like copper is a good conductor.
It's a great conductor, right? We learned yesterday that silver is actually more But we're not going to be handing out silver wire around here, right?
It's a lot more.
It's very expensive, right? Very good. And so what happens when we have something like this? What happens when we have something like this? Yes?
You can, the nail can get energy from the copper wire and the battery.
Okay. And then, but what if I did this? I'm going to add these right here. What are these? This looks like these are supposed to be paper clips. Add paper clips right there to the bottom. Can somebody now tell me what's going to happen with this, Ali?
It turns magnetic.
It turns magnetic. Very good. And write your you got your paper clips? Now, should the paper clips be on the wire or should it be attached to our nail?
To the wire?
Okay. Actually, what's going to be magnetic? The nail or the wire?
The nail.
The nail will be. So make sure you're connected to the nail. Okay, let's erase it and let's try and draw the whole thing again. And label it. I'll give you a couple of more, give you about 30 seconds to do this, okay? Ready? Go. Label your paper clips too. Sorry. Okay, almost timed up. Now, don't erase it yet. I want you to turn to the same partner you worked with a minute ago, and I want you to finish this hypothesis statement for me. If I disconnect one of the wires, then finish that hypothesis for me. Okay, go.
But it depends on which one is connected. If it's the bottom one, then the nail struck electricity will go anywhere except the nail.
So
What are we trying to think of?
Electricity, so if you cut it off, it won't be,
Okay, high five. High five. Hands down. Can somebody tell me their hypothesis? Tell me your hypothesis. Yes, ma'am.
if the copper wire would have been cut, the magnetic nail wouldn't attract the paper clips anymore because of the electricity were gone.
Okay, very good. She said that, did everybody hear her?
yes.
Okay. Can somebody else want to restate their hypothesis? That's very good. Thank you. Good job. Kevin.
If you disconnect the wire, then the nail will not be magnetic anymore and all the paper clips will fall.
And because of why?
And because the electricity from the copper wires has stopped going into the nail, which made it
Very good. Okay, here's another hypothesis. I want you to discuss this with your partner. What do you think would happen? Or let me give you another hypothesis. If I put more turns, if I put more copper around the nail, then it will pick up more or less paper clips. Okay? So you need to finish that statement. Figure out what you want to do. If I put more turns around the copper nail, then it will pick up more or less paper clips if it's connected. Okay? Ready, go.
And then the more you wrap it around, the more electricity, the more electricity, the more it attracts to the paper cups.
Wire more charge coming from the battery into that, to that nail.
Okay, high five. Hands down. Raise your hand if you said it would pick up more paper clips. If you have more turns, you'll have more paper clips. Raise your hand if you said less. Okay? Can somebody prove to me why you think it's more?
Because the more copper wire, the more magnetic the nail gets, and it will pick up more.
Okay. How does it become more magnetic?
Because if you put more copper wire on it, it will give it twice as much as electricity to the nail.
You'll have more electricity flowing through, so we'll actually become stronger. So if I have less, it'll be less. Very good. Now what I want you to do is take out your speed bag book. Open it up to on page 122, and I want you to neatly draw that picture in your book. Okay, do it quickly. Page 122, neatly draw the picture we just drew, label and all, in your book. Oh, they're going to need their highlighters. So let's put your whiteboard to the side. We're going to open up our page. We're going to be on page 121. As you read our speed bag today, our book, I want us to still be looking for those vocabulary words. Remember that list we had up here yesterday?
Yes.
So, this was your class's list. Insulators, conductors, conductivity, electrically charged, uncharged. This was a list of words that you guys said that you wanted to remember, or that we might wanted to have a little more understanding of. If, as we go through the reading, if you find other words that you like, hey, maybe they're not even bolded, maybe they're other words, you want to add to that, maybe you can use your whiteboard marker, your whiteboard, to write those words down, and then at the end, we'll put them up there we'll add them to that list, okay? So be thinking about that. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to take one of your highlighters. Let's get one of the highlighters. And I want you to highlight all the bolded words on both pages. Okay? Go ahead and go. All the bolded words. No, you don't have to do the titles, just the bolded words in the text. Now, at the top of your page, on page 121, I want you to make a key because you don't all have the same colors. So I would like for you to do this. You're gonna put the color that you used for bolding, and with your pencil we're gonna write bold, or put a B in it. Okay, we're gonna do bold. And then the next thing we're gonna do is for the definition, and then we'll put a D on it for definition. Okay? So with a different color, I want you to highlight the definition of those bolded words. Now everybody look here for a second. Where do you usually find the definition of a word? Johnny?
Right after the word.
Is it always right after the word?
No. Right after the bolded word.
Right, that's what he said. And where else might we find it?
Before it?
Sometimes it's before it. Okay, so go through and highlight the definition of each one of those bolded words with a different color marker. Go. Do you have a different one? Can you borrow one of hers? If you don't have one, maybe your neighbor can let you borrow one of theirs. Now when you're done with that, I want you to add to your key, I want you to put a color at the top of that first page and write definition for that color so you'll know what it was. Or a D works. Very good. What are we going to do with that third color? Does anybody know? We're going to highlight an example, or highlight the examples they give in the reading. This might take you a little bit longer, but you're going to use a third color. Go ahead and highlight your examples. Now your example should only be maybe one line or one sentence. You shouldn't be highlighting the entire page. And then create your key. Okay, when you're done with all your highlighting and you've created all your keys, you can cap your highlighters and just give me a thumbs up so I know you're ready. You can just hold your thumb right here on the table. That way I'll know. So you don't have to like your arm getting tired. Okay? While you're waiting, you can silently start reading. Go ahead. While you're waiting for the rest of the class to catch up. Let's look on page 121 together. So I'm going to read it, and you're going to read silently with me. And as I read, when I stop, you say the next word that I stopped on. Okay? Heat can be transferred from one object to another. Conduction is heat transfer that occurs when there is direct contact between objects. Heat flows from objects with higher temperatures to objects. Continue. With lower temperatures. The rapid movement of molecules of warmer objects collide with the slower moving molecules of colder objects. Go ahead. Heat transfer continues to occur from molecule to molecule until both objects are the same temperature. An example of heat transfer through conduction is a metal spoon placed in a cup of hot tea. The spoon with the cooler temperature becomes warmer because the heat from the tea is transferred to the spoon. Metals are common conductors of heat that move from one object to another. So can somebody tell me what that was about? Actually, let me rephrase that. Turn to your partner. Okay? And I want you to explain quickly what you just read. Go. Can somebody give me a summary of what we just read about? Let's see. Ollie, go ahead.
So, we just read about how heat transfers occurs when there's direct contact between both objects. For example, when you get a heated object and put it inside of a normal object, that the heat will transfer to the normal object, and that normal object will be heated.
Okay. All right. Good conductors of heat. Get ready to read with me. Materials which conduct heat well are called conductors. All electrical conductors, such as metals, are good conductors of heat. Some metals are better heat conductors than others. For example, silver is the best conductor of heat, followed by copper, then gold, and aluminum. Solid substances are better conductors than liquids, and liquids are better conductors than gases. So let's talk about poor conductors of heat. Materials which do not conduct heat well are called insulators. Non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity. Fluids and gases, including the air we breathe, do not conduct heat well. Rubber, plastic, ceramic, foam are excellent insulators of Heat. Electrical insulators like wood or Teflon are also good insulators of heat. Organic substances such as straw and wool are also good insulators. So, turn to your partner. The partner that is closest to the board is going to summarize good conductors of heat. And the person who is farthest away from the board is going to summarize poor conductors of heat. Ready? Go.
Okay, so such as copper, gold, that yeah. Okay, there explain how no, actually, no, it's your turn to talk about.
Angelica.
Silver's very.
Relationship between an insulator and a conductor. Electricity flows through conductors, but does not flow through insulators. Insulators are used to protect objects from the flow of electricity. The main purpose for electrical insulation is to protect circuits from electrical leakage. What in the world is that? Read that again. The main purpose for electrical insulation is to protect circuits from electrical leakage. Did you know that electricity leaks? No. How about that? So, we put insulation on wires to keep people from getting shocked, right? But then we have that insulation to keep the electricity from leaking off or maybe something else touching it and causing it to travel somewhere you don't want it to go. Okay, very good. Now, what I want you to do is, you're going to keep your speed bag, but I want you to wait, let me ask you this. Did anybody come across some vocabulary words in that reading that we need to add to our board right now? Yes? Magnetism. Magnetism, thank you. Anybody else? Did I spell that right, magnetism? Kaylee?
Electronic magnetic.
Electromagnetic, okay. Or magnet. Electromagnet, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yep, electromagnet.
Okay. Yes, in the back.
Insulation.
Pardon? Insulation. I think we have this one here, insulation, we have it in right there, okay? Anybody else? Are there any words up here that you're like, hey, I think I understand now? We've got magnetism, insulators, conductors, conductivity, electrically charged, uncharged, electromagnet. Any of them that you're like, I think I understand this one now?
Conductors.
Conductors. Does everybody understand what a conductor is now?
Yes.
Do you feel like we could erase conductors?
Yes.
Anybody else? Let's see. Johnny?
Electrically charged.
Electrically charged. How do you guys, are you feeling okay with electrically charged, or you think I need to still leave it up there? Anybody feel like you need that still? You still need that? Okay, so we're going to leave that. Okay, we have a couple people, so we're going to leave that up there, okay? Can, Ali?
Insulators.
Insulators. Well, we're going to leave insulators up here because somebody had just mentioned insulators. Okay, that's okay. That's great. Yes? Uncharged. Does everybody understand uncharged, or do you think we need to leave it up there? Give me a thumbs up if you feel like you need to leave it up there. Okay, so we're going to leave this here for right now. Okay? Open your interactive notebook. Leave your book out. Leave your book out. Open that page because you're going to need it. Yeah, leave your book open because we're going to be using stuff here. So open up your page. Now I want you to open it to the back. So yesterday we did our 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to write on the back of this one you're going to draw your speed bag drawing on the back of your 4, 3, 2, 1. This should be page 23. Okay? Oh, well, we got the wrong page here. So 21, 20, 21, 22. My bad. 22. So 22. So draw that picture on page 22, and then when you're done with that, flip it back over to your 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't forget your paper clips, and don't forget your labeling. You can always look back on your book at the picture that we drew in the book. So if you're done with your picture, turn over to your 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to do 4 vocabulary words and make up 3 questions with the answer. Okay, does that understand that? So do 4 vocabulary words, and you might want to use, here's some ideas, you might want to use some of these. So 4 vocabulary words and 3 student created questions. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to do this. And then when we get done with those questions, we're going to do an activity with those questions where you're going to be asking each other these questions. We're going to get out of our seat and we're going to walk around and we're going to ask these questions. Listen to me because we're going to explain how we're going to do this. We're going to do a mixed pair share where you're going to take your questions. You're going to take your book with you. Hopefully you have, oops, you need to make sure you have answers to them. And you're going to walk around. We're going to turn the music on. You're going to walk around, and then when the music stops, you're going to pair up with the person you are closest to, not your friend across the room. And we're going to pair up to who we're closest to, and then you are going to each ask 1 question. And then when you're done, you give me a thumbs up, and then we'll start the music again, and you'll do another one. All right? Any questions with that?
She's limited with getting up and walking around.
Okay.
So when the music goes, just keep in mind Grace is going to need to be paired with somebody.
So whoever's
Okay.
standing nearest Grace,
You're going to pair with her. Okay.
all right? So, and also, let's stay this in front of these desks. Don't go back there with that way, okay? Anybody have any questions? Johnny?
Are we like gonna be trading books?
No, you're holding I'm holding my book. I'm asking you one of my questions. You're asking me one of my questions. We're giving each other the answer, and then you give me a thumbs up, and then we'll start the music again, and you switch to somebody else. Okay? Travel. Pair, go. Pair up. Ask a question. I need somebody back here. Kevin, back here.
What are examples of good like is trouble the best to the non-standard? No. It's like from the bottom. It's like what's the best, what's the okayest one, what's the not standard.
Okay, give me a thumbs up when you've each done your question. You both asked a question?
That's the second one. Star. Yeah.
If they don't know the answer, you give them the answer.
What? So it's something that doesn't connect very well.
Okay? All right, ready? All right, ask another question. Go.
Is copper wired better than silver? Silver.
Okay, ready? Make it quicker. You gotta do it quicker, guys.
It's when a metal substance to another substance and it attracts it and it separates it.
Okay, Keon, if you're done, go sit at your desk.
Okay, this is what I wrote.
Open up your speed bag book to page 123. What we're going to do now is we are going to do the do our graphic organizer. And if you've noticed that if you labeled your highlighting, this should be very, very easy for you because it's asking for examples of conductors. Hey, you know, if I just go back to where it said conductors and where I highlighted examples, guess what? It's right there, isn't it? Well, if I go over here and it says examples of poor conductors, oh, it's right there. So this is very, very easy. You're just flipping back and forth. So this should not take very long at all to fill that out. So you're going to do page 123, and then you're going to do this should be easy too. Page 124, okay? Go ahead and get working on that. Go. Thank you. Yeah. Pretty much, right? Because it conducts electricity. You know, because it says here, doesn't it say that material, all electric conduct. Yeah. So how do you guys feel about our lessons so far on good and poor conductors of heat and electricity? Good. What about our words up here? Are you feeling more comfortable with this vocabulary?
Yes.
Tell me if, give me a thumbs up if you feel like you understand these words now better now than you did yesterday. Very good. Well, that's kind of the point, isn't it? Yeah. So very good. So just keep working on that. And hey, did anybody notice something about when they were filling out this graphic organizer? Interesting? Emily?
The poor conductors of heat and the poor conductors of electricity.
The same thing. Very good. So was it helpful for you to write it down twice? Yeah. To kind of put that in your brain, right? Yep. Was it helpful for you to have those the highlighting? Yeah. To know where to look for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So could you use this technique in other areas?
Yes.
Of, like where? How would you use this, say, in social studies? Ali?
So the social studies book has a little bit of words, and then you can highlight in one color, and then definitions you can highlight the other color.
Because usually you have something that you got to fill out in social studies too, right? Or maybe you're doing your thinking maps or things like that. Very good. Okay. Well, we're all done here. Good job. Close your book up. And you can put your stuff away.